Hi guys. It's Nicolette, by the way. I wanted us to be really honest with ourselves when it comes to this festive season spending and Christmas spending that we do, and we go all crazy when it comes to the festive season, and we spend money that we actually sometimes don't even have, but in situations we always even spend money that we have not received yet, or spend money that is not ours. And it worries me because every time I speak to people, especially I've been doing a little bit of research, I'm always asking questions. And I asked the question of, so what have you changed this year financially? What is your financial plan for the festive season? And I get a lot of really great answers. And I want to believe us, because I want to believe that we are going to move to a point in our life where we start understanding ourselves when it comes to festive season spending, and the behavioral change that we somehow have that just causes havoc when it comes to December. And some of the answers that I've received are things like, I'm not spending at all, or I've got a very tight plan, I've got a very tight budget. But are we really honest with ourselves? Because most of the time, it's small leaks, it's more financial leaks that happen. You know how a house drips when it rains? So when you ask a person who's doing your roofing, they'll tell you, this roof is tight, this roof is correct, I've done this roof perfectly. And then it rains, and then there's a bit of a leak, and you don't understand where does this leak now come from. That's what usually happens during the festive season. I don't think that people who have gone through the festive season and have wasted quite a lot of money don't understand that there is a need for a financial plan, there is a need for a financial budget. But what we really get knocked out with is these financial leaks that happen. So you go home and you've got this budget, you tighten up your budget, and then somebody says, no, let's say you live in Johannesburg now, and you're now planning your trip back home to Bushbuckridge, and somebody says to you, no, your mom says, no, how your uncle, he lives somewhere in the south, whatever, or he lives somewhere in... Sorry about that. And they say, no, he lives somewhere else in Springs. And now you have to factor in things like a toll gate. You got to factor in things like additional petrol. But because it looks like small things, you don't think that it actually makes a big impact on your life. Then one day you are at home, and this happens quite a lot at home when I'm at home. You wake up, your siblings are there, and you're like, you know what? Actually, let's eat ama chips, and fish and all these things. And it looks like a small amount of money. But because you had planned, and because you've got a budget, and you're not sticking to your budget anymore, you start getting yourself in this habit of creating little small leaks, and small things just seem to happen. So it's very, very important that you are wary of those small leaks that happen during the festive season, that you are very careful that they don't happen to you. The other thing is actually the behavioral change of people. People will tell me, no, I'm not worried about December because I get a 13th check, or I'm not worried because I get a bonus. And it's great that you in your job get a 13th check. I say bravo for your employer that has guaranteed you that 13th check. But in most cases, most people are not guaranteed of that 13th check, but somehow they live like people that have a 13th check. So it's very important that also what you need to be very careful of are the people that you hang around with when it comes to the festive season. Do not, if you are not getting a freaking 13th check or a bonus, hang around with people that are getting bonuses, because you're going to get FOMO, and you're going to want to do what people that are doing, or what people that have 13th check are doing, and put yourself in a financial constraint. So it's very important that you must be wary of the psychological little things that happen around you, especially during the festive season, that are going to create financial leaks in your life. Things like people who want to do chillers all of a sudden, but these chillers must happen at your house. They don't happen at their house. They'll say, oh no, why doesn't Spanbani host? Imagine other people coming up with an idea of you hosting at your house, but they're the one who came up with the idea of having a chillers on the weekend. So it's very, very important that you also be wary of those kind of things, that you do not find yourself creating leaks during this festive season, money leaks, financial leaks, where you're going to be losing your money. The other thing you need to be very careful of is this new behavior that we've got in South Africa, that people in December don't want to pay their home loans, don't want to pay their car loans. They are freezing their RA premiums. They are freezing their insurance premiums. Oh, I don't need insurance. I'm going to be as lalini. Nothing is going to happen to my car. Baby girl, baby boy, something will happen to your car. Trust me. Okay? Something might even happen to your car while you got it parked in your garage. So it's important that you do not find yourself trying to create situations where you are running out of paying for this, you're running out of paying. Of course, if it does put a strain on you financially, and when we talk about a strain, is that you can no longer pay for certain things that you need, the bare necessities, the living expenses, then it is okay for you to cut out some things, maybe for the month of December, but strategically do so. Don't just decide, because I'm just going to cut things out because with December, Sfunama big days, we want to enjoy our time. So it's very, very important that you watch out for those small behavior things that are going to create situations where you are going to become a bodyguard or a security guard guarding whether you have financial leaks and whether your house is leaking. So yeah, that's really all that I want to say in terms of festive season spending. We'll get into the behaviors of people. I mean, there are some people who buy gumba fire, high five, block out the streets during December, and it's them wire. Their music is on 6 to 6, and then come February, and all of a sudden it's all quiet. You can't hear that gumba, and you're asking, Guti, where is that gumba? What happened to your gumba, darling? And the gumba is back at Ellerins or Russells or Bears because people can't afford it. Also, the other thing that you need to be really careful of is car companies, because what they do, dealerships, they will say to you, buy a car now, pay first installment in March. Hey, that is a stupid deal, okay? It is a stupid deal. Because if you cannot pay for it in January, you cannot pay for it in February, what makes you think you're going to be able to pay for it in March? That's not a good deal. Trust me, okay? Look into those kind of psychological tricks that retailers also play on people. But not just retailers, even your friends, your family, the sun. The sun makes us want to do things. We were thinking, oh, it's a summer day, summertime, pool chilling. You're not going to chill outside at the pool without a drink, guys. Most people do not chill at the pool without a drink. Some girls go to an extent where if there's going to be a bikini party or a pool party, whatever they're called, or a chillers at the pool, they want to go buy a new bathing suit. They buy even new slops, new towels, new accessories to look nice, new hair. So it's very important, guys, that you make sure that you do not get tricked by small little psychological things that really could push out your budget purely because you are in the festive mood and because we're happy also. You know, we start buying ice creams. What's that ice cream that I love? Tornado. Yo, guys, I love Tornado, okay? I love Tornado. But if I didn't budget for Tornado, I should not be buying Tornado. But the thing is, the sun comes out, it's hot, and some sweetness, so I end up buying Tornado. Do you know how much Tornado is? That thing is almost 20 Rand, guys. It's almost 20 Rand for a young Tornado. A small one, okay? So now, if I buy 5 of those in a month, in a week, can you imagine? That's a good 100 Rand, guys. A good 100 Rand that I did not budget for. So it's very important that you look out for those psychological things, especially things like FOMO, that are going to get you this December, and you're going to create leaks in your budget. You're going to create leaks in your non-spending rule. Watch out for those things. Watch out for those relatives also. You know, those relatives that are going to make you spend money that you do not actually have, because also they work at your heartstrings. Not only they work at your heartstrings, they work out on your ego, because they know she comes from Johannesburg. We can work on her heartstrings, we can work on her ego strings, and they pull and tag and tag and tag. You know, Auntie Nicole is going to buy us this. Auntie Nicole is going to buy us this. Makes you happy. You end up buying it because you want to make your family happy. But what have you done is you've created a gap in your financial plan, a gap in your financial budget, a gap in your no spending rule. And now you've got a financial leak, and now you've already gone off your budget. So it's very important that you keep mind of those things.